What's up, guys? Sorry, a couple seconds late. We are in on the party. Yeah, the facial expressions in the pic are hilarious, right? Ooh, we got a lot to talk about today. I got a funny story for you guys when the FBI raided the prison I was in. But we got to catch up too. What a week the past week's been. A lot of exciting things happening, a lot of updates. Excited to go live. I look forward to these lives. Plug my laptop in. Look forward to these lives every week, every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Very exciting. What a week. Had dinner with Chevy Chase Friday night. That's what the picture is behind me. It was my business partner's birthday. We all went out to dinner. That was cool. Peanut, what's up? Good to see you every week. Christopher, what's up, man? Good evening. Jasmine, good evening. Renee, what's up? News Times, Danbury News Times wrote a pretty good article about me. I was actually thoroughly shocked. It came out very good, and it was really exciting to see. Check that out if you search Ian Bick on Google. They did a really good article. Matt Cronin, shout out. Keith, what's up? Pink Panther, Jasmine, Trevor, appreciate it, man. Remember, we drop 3 episodes a week every Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Christopher, what's up? DB Cooper, what's up? RJ, thank you. What's up? Never Sense, Team Monster, shout out to you guys tuning in. We're about to lock in right now on this epic story of the FBI raiding the prison. Man, this is a good one. Love this. Anthony, thank you. I appreciate that. Ghost of the Cartel, good to see you every Monday. I see you in this chat and live. All right, let's get into the story, and then we'll hit you guys with some Q&A, all right? Matt, thank you, man. Sonia, thank you. Appreciate it. So, story time. All right, I'll get back to your comments in a second. FBI raids the prison I was at. Fort Dix, New Jersey. The low security federal prison. Let's talk about it. That's the thumbnail. You guys like the facial expressions? I'm like, ah. It's pretty funny. I've been designing my own thumbnails for the lives. I have a company that does it for like my normal videos, but for the lives, I've been making my own. I'm getting pretty nice with it, not gonna lie. And you guys know I edit my own videos too. I do all my shorts, I do the postings, and I do the full lengths and stuff. You can actually see like I'm editing. This is where I edit pods over here, and I got my laptop, and it's the whole kit and caboodle. And then Leroy Ebron, shout out to you in the building. My guy, got to get you on for part 2. Yeah, so I got new glasses too. We might have talked about that last week. Anyways, FBI raids the prison. I know that's what you guys are here for, and that's what I got to entertain you with. So let's get into it. So one day I'm in my building at Fort Dix, and every quarter they would do these raids where they raid all the units, and they swarm the place, like the guards, the prison guards and whatnot. They'll swarm the place, and they shake everyone down. They send everyone to the chow hall or outside to wait around or whatever. And they raid it, and they do cell searches and everything like that. So on this very day, we thought that's what the situation was. So we got woken up at like 9 or 10 a.m. They said, everyone out, kicked everyone out of the buildings. Then they sent us back into the building. So we're thinking like, wow, maybe they're not doing the raid, they're not doing the shakedown. And we're all looking out our window, right? Our window looks out over the compound, and we just see agents swarming the place, tacticals, guns, they got dogs, just like a line of these guys in full tactical gear. And agents, FBI outfits, the whole 9 yards, running across this yard to another building that's further on. This is on the east side. Now, to put it in perspective, this prison has 5,000 inmates about. There's 2 sides, an east and a west side. And I was on the east side, which has about 2,500, and there's different buildings. My building was 5741. There's different units, and it's an old army barracks, 12-man rooms. So we're looking out this window, and everyone just swarmed. The whole compound's on lockdown. They're not letting us leave. No one's telling us what's going on. So I'm looking out the window with my bunkmate, my other bunkmates, and we're seeing this all transpire, and they're lining up. They're kicking all the inmates out of that building. and we're just watching for hours what's going on here. This is at Fort Dix in New Jersey on the east side, the low security federal prison. And they got the dogs out. We see them searching inmates. And we're thinking like our building's next. They're coming after our building. So everyone's hiding their shit. They're hiding their phones. They're hiding the hooch. Guys would hide hooch, like they'd break the bricks in the bathroom and put the line of the big garbage bag of hooch down in it. Sometimes you'd go to the bathroom and you'd see guys just like fishing that shit out of a giant bag of hooch. So anyways, they're hiding everything. Everyone's on red alert. You would see all the Spanish guys running up and down the hall. You got all different people running up and down, just hiding everything everywhere because we're thinking our building's next. But then everyone's like, this looks serious, you know? You got you got the FBI, you got agents, you got security guards. We're trying to get a handle of what exactly is going on here. And so what happens next is this goes on all day. We're on lockdown. Then we just see all this searching. They're literally hauling out trash bags up during the shakedown. And we find out later in the day, this is where it gets hairy. This is when it gets pretty insane. Here's the hook, line, and sinker. So we find out later that day through the news on a contraband cell phone that the FBI had legitimately had undercover agents posed as inmates in this building, in the Fort Dix prison. They were doing a sting operation of these chomos that were running a crime ring within the prison using SD cards in the prison library on a contraband iPad. And they set this whole sting up. I guess there was like these group of inmates that had like 20 years, from 10 to 20 years, and this one guy that had 20 years, because you could be at a low with 20 years or less, was the ringleader of this operation. And this shit is just, it's crazy. They were like the fucking Gambino crime family of chomos in prison, operating out of the library. And for any of you guys that don't know, the library is Chomo City. You know, I remember one time I walked in the library, and that's a story for another time. They all thought I was a chomo because of these glasses and the way I looked, and it was just crazy. So we find out that it's sickening. They were running this whole ring, and if you don't believe me, just Google, FBI raid Fort Dix low security prison. You could see the inmates that were involved and everything like that. And these guys end up getting arrested. Literally arrested. They hauled these guys across the campus. We had seen them later that day too in cuffs. The news is there, everything. They handcuffed them, they pulled them out of there, and they brought them and they indicted them on new charges. These guys got charged by undercover agents working within the prison on new charges. What kind of sick fucking individual do you have to be to do this while you're in prison already serving this long of a time? It was insane. Literally insane. So that happens, and I actually end up linking up with these guys accidentally when I got put in the shoe and transferred to a detention center in Philadelphia, and one of the guys that was a part of the sting happened to be in the shoe, so that happened. Just crazy. I don't know what's wrong with the world. It's sickening, man. But I looked these guys up, and I ended up finding out that they all got like another 20 or 30 years each. So these guys are toast. They're not seeing the light of day anytime soon. And to answer your question, Michael, chomos in a low security prison, they're getting off easy. They're like running the joint. It was over 50% chomos at Fort Dix. They're not getting beat up because all the other guys at the low, they don't want to get kicked out of there. They don't want to get involved with any of that. So it is what it is. But yeah, that was my story for tonight, guys. Pretty insane. Let's get into questions, listener questions. Catch up. I was telling you guys earlier, I had a cool dinner with Chevy Chase on Friday. That was a picture from the dinner. Really fun. We shot some content. He did like this little interview thing with these kids, and that he made content with. What else we got? Other updates. Things are coming together. We are hustling. We got some cool things in the works. Super excited, for everyone to be a part of this journey. And it's It's literally crazy that I'm friends with Chevy Chase. Who would have thought? And it's all because of prison. Also, check out the new News Times article that they wrote about me. They finally did me right, finally did not do me dirty, and gave me a great article talking about everything that happened, the redemption arc to the story, and it's really excited to hear. Canadian, thanks for subscribing to the Locked In membership for 6 months. That's super exciting. Alan, thank you for the support. Sean, Gianni's episode, I think, comes out this Sunday. Yeah, stay tuned on that. I believe it comes out this Sunday. Let me just double check. We had the Star of Power on there. And I didn't mean like wake up. Like what I meant was like we were alerted, we were alarmed, like not like physically like we were sleeping, But I did stay in bed pretty late in the prison. What else do we got? So what up? Nathan, Gianni, and then Oscar. Yeah, so Gianni's episode comes out this Sunday, guys. Super excited. The Star of Power is on the show. A power ghost. Gianni Paolo is on the show this Sunday. Very exciting. And happy for you guys to see that. We're getting there, guys. We're going to keep pushing. We talked everything from what it was like to play a criminal, how they filmed prison, how they filmed like prison stuff on TV. Like they actually filmed scenes from the TV show in prison, and everything like that. And then also, what else we got? What else we talk about? We talked about himself growing up. What else? What else was there? What else did we talk about? His hockey career. We talked about a lot of stuff. The interview comes out Sunday. No, none of the lows have swimming pools. I've heard there were some former federal prison camps that had pools. The natives, they pretty much kind of run on their own, or I think they've associated with some of the white guys or some of the Spanish guys, depending on their where they came from, and whatnot. Alan, yeah, YouTube is a new TV. Like my show is literally like a TV show. It's kind of cool. You get all these different perspectives. It's not the same shit. That's what I like about our show. Like we're not talking about the same bullshit every episode. It's always a different perspective. It's always a different someone's childhood growing up and this and that. So it's super exciting and cool to see. Like we're doing something really different. And it's exciting, like I'm glad. Yes, I was in a prison camp. My prison camp was in Oxford, Wisconsin. Those bastards sent me all the way to Oxford, Wisconsin. I thought I was going to England. That's where I thought Oxford was, Europe. But they ended up, I went to, it's called Oxford, Wisconsin. Pretty crazy. How did I get into YouTube? So I started out on TikTok in 2022, end of 2022, and I was just telling my story about prison, about owning the nightclub, this and that, and simultaneously I was putting shorts out on YouTube, and I would just take the same TikToks, post them on YouTube, and I grew to like 3,000 subscribers on YouTube in a few months, and then that's when I got the idea for the podcast, and I started putting out the episodes. I started with 1 episode a week last January, and then we went to 2 times a week in March, and now we're at three times a week, 3 episodes, 3 different people every single week. Food Leroy, if you guys haven't yet, check out my episode with Rikers Island Correctional Officer Leroy Ebron. Great episode. Gonna have him back for part 2. But the food there at the camp was pretty good. Because there's not that many inmates. Food was properly seasoned. Everything was good. I can't complain about the food there. Private minimum. I wasn't in any private minimum federal prisons, but I was in a private detention center, Wyatt in Rhode Island, and that was terrible. Private sucks. I will say that one good thing was you could order every week. You could order from a local restaurant they had a contract with, so you could order a burger or pizza or a cheesecake. It was really interesting. Rico, shout out to you, man. We had Rico on the show, the military police officer, and I appreciate the support. But Big Bang, thank you, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, we really did come a really long way in a short amount of time. It's uh, it's kind of crazy to think about, but I think it relates to so many people. So many people have been affected by addiction. So many people have been, incarcerated or had a family member incarcerated. Like it hits home to so many people. Then you have the law enforcement aspect of it, people that work in law enforcement. Then you have all the people that have never been to prison before, that are just curious about prison life. It's like with the people that watch the serial killer documentaries. Aaron, I did have my dad on for 2 episodes. He was on a few weeks ago, and he was on when I first started. He was my second episode. Righteous Monkey, thank you, man. Love the name. Oh wow, Michael, small world. I was at Wyatt for a couple months at that detention center in 2016. Mike, welcome, new subscriber. Shout out to you, man. Thanks for the support. Yeah, there's some female stalkers, Guys, make sure you hit my Instagram if you guys want to chat, talk, say hello. Very responsive on Instagram. At Ian_Bick is my Instagram handle. Check my DMs every day. I get back to people as soon as I can, and you can kind of stay updated, day in the life, whatnot. Too legit. Thank you for that, man. I appreciate that, man. Really means a lot. Make sure you guys hit that like button too. Hit the 3 dots if you're on vertical mode in shorts, and hit us that like button. Aaron, if you go to ianbick.com, you could fill out the be a guest form and submit to be a guest. Yeah, Ghost of the Cartel. I'm in touch with a couple of my former bunkmates. I had one of them on the show, Cash, Ryan Alvarado. That was a great episode. And people reach out. I had someone reach out today saying they were at Fort Dix with me. Matt, most intense story that you've ever interviewed. Matt Cox's story is pretty intense, and he tells it pretty well. We had so many guests, I've interviewed over 120 people now. More when you count the ones that haven't even been released yet. Because I film like 3 weeks ahead of time. So it's really, it's crazy to see. It really is. Just things are coming together though, man. I can't complain, and I'm really grateful for this journey. Conservative Felon, hit me up. Fill out our form at ianbick.com, and we'll make it happen. Mondays are always tough. Big editing day. Yes, I love the movie Shot Caller. Oh my God. Shot Caller is such an incredible movie. That is one of my favorite movies. Definitely recommend you seeing Shot Caller. Yeah, people call me Logic all the time. It's actually pretty funny. Oh man. Logic. Logic is definitely a popular one. Guys, make sure you check out the article. This came out about me. It's a good redemption article. Just Google Ian Bick. Greg, so I don't think I'm solely in the prison genre. I interview people that have faced addiction. I interview law enforcement officers. I interview prosecutors, lawyers. Mine is I interview people with childhood trauma. So it's very diverse. It's not your typical prison channel. Every story is different. So I don't think in that sense it slows down in my realm. I think we're doing something pretty unique. What else we got, guys? Bearded Vada, what's up, man? Omar, we're working on a documentary. We're working on a book. We got things happening. We got some meetings. Yeah, Michael, I don't see us running out of content. I really don't. There's just so many people. I have like 300 people waiting to be interviewed right now. So that's enough to get me through the next couple of years. And we're just going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep, that prison guard. What's up, bro? Good to see you. We're just going to keep pushing. So that's all you can do. We're going to get better each time and keep learning, keep growing, making mistakes. And that's all you can do, right? Not every video is going to be a huge hit, and not everyone's going to be a tank. And the way I look at it is, a year ago, I could barely get 1,000 views in like 24 hours, 48 hours. Now we're hitting 10,000 views in 48 hours, 72 hours. So I can't complain, man. Things are coming together, Things are good. Thomas, what's up, man? Jason, what's up, bro? Conservative felon, yeah, just hit my email, and we'll make it happen. Yeah, Victor, good thing about that. Yeah, definitely got to do more Rikers Island stories. Jeff Spencer, what's up, man? Jelly Roll, we're working on Jelly Roll. That's my goal. If I have one goal for this year, it's get Jelly Roll on the podcast. Jeff, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. News Times. If you're in Connecticut, you know how dirty the News Times has done me over the last 10 years. Even when I got out of prison, I didn't even do anything wrong, and the HBO thing came out, they still threw shade. But I do want to give a big shout out to Kendra Baker, the reporter that came to the studio, took the time to interview me, took the time to do her research, and wrote a fucking killer article, like really good article. Very grateful that they published something really good. I didn't know I was going to come out. They got my lawyer's opinion on it, and it really comes full circle. So they did me right. Definitely, it's a good read. Pibby, thank you, man. I want that cat. Definitely, I'll have anyone on. I'm not opposed to anyone. Reading for definitely to make the time pass in prison. Reading's great, unless you can get a contraband cell phone in there. Jason, thank you, bro. Much love, appreciate it. Yeah, we're going to keep grinding, guys. It's only up from here. We're going to keep grinding, keep putting out content. Just keep working hard. Keep focusing. We're on a mission. I'm a man with a plan, and what can you do, Just going to keep working hard. Thomas, thank you, man. I try to be as authentic as possible, and I've definitely gotten a lot more humble in my later years. See, I was at the top at a young age, and I lost it all. I'm getting back to the top, and my workload and work ethic definitely keeps me humble, because there's no time to be anything but humble. Bearded, I would interview a Chomo, and I wouldn't go light on them, but I think the world needs to hear their perspective, not to say what they did was right or try to argue it, but just to get the psychology behind it, to learn about these individuals, to know how they're treated in prison. My platform's open to share all sides of the story. So that I definitely want to find people out there that are like that, so we could get them on the show. That doesn't mean I support them. That doesn't mean I'm going to go easy on them. I'm just saying my opinion that it would be an interesting interview, because who has done that before? Leroy, my man. I love Leroy, man. He's the man. Leroy Ebron. C.O. Ebron. Yo, what's that smell? Butt ass. Butt ass. Who remembers when that video went viral a couple weeks ago? 14 million fucking views on TikTok because of my man, Officer C.O. Leroy Ebron. Butt ass. I love it. Leroy, I'm going to call you. I saw your voicemail. I'm going to call you when I leave the office tonight. I didn't forget about you. What a day, guys. What a day. But things are coming together. What more could you ask? Just got to keep pushing and keep up the grind. What else we got? I haven't been in touch with any of the like the big mob podcasters, but we'll definitely. I'm open to anyone, man. I'd love to get like Michael Francis on my show. Joey Diaz would be a great interview. Um, everything will come in time. As the channel gets bigger and things start to happen, I think some exciting things are gonna come. We just got to keep building the platform, and yeah, we're definitely getting Leroy back on the show. 100%. What else we got? Jono, I got to check out. I never never ran into the Louisiana car. Yeah, the female episodes are definitely very interesting. 100%. 100%. I love the female episodes. It's a great perspective. It's good. Yeah, Omar, I 100% agree. Like, I would love to get on some big comedians podcasts. I think it would be a great interview, like me sharing prison stories, talking about prison, talking about anything. I just think it's funny, like to be. I don't know. I just think there's something there. There's definitely 100% something there in that realm. So I'm totally open to comedians. Absolutely, comedians. Multitasking right now. What else we got? Theo Vaughn would be good. Sean, thank you, man. I appreciate you tuning into Apple. Definitely. What else we got? Yeah, Joey Diaz would definitely be good. 100%. Sweden, Yellow Mushroom. What up, man? Yeah, we gotta get, dude, someone link us to Joey Diaz. That would be so funny. Yeah, I would do a soft white underbelly interview 100%. I think that would be really cool. Jordy, shout out to the Netherlands. Yeah, that would definitely be really cool. Driving a public that's gonna be a cool job. A public transport bus in the Netherlands. I gotta travel. I gotta get out of the country. That's my goal. I got my passport back. I want to get into more stuff. Absolutely. I definitely need to travel. I want to be towards the end of the year. I want to focus on traveling, getting out there. Can you guys believe I'm turning 29 in 2 months? May turning 29. Insane. Been out of prison for 5 years now. Travis, what's up, man? Lewis, shout out to San Francisco. Thank you for the support on the podcast. Yeah, I definitely want to go to Europe. I want to go to London. 100% with you guys on that. Yeah, I'd love to go to Amsterdam. Yellow Mushroom, thank you, man. I appreciate that support a lot. Yeah, ever since I saw Harold and Kumar, Amsterdam has been a want or a list. Is that too basic to say? Uh, man. Oh, guys, also really big favor to ask. I know we're on YouTube and whatnot, but if you guys get a second, if you listen to Spotify on app or Apple for music, or even if you listen to the podcast, if you could just go to my podcast, Locked In with Ian Bick, and leave a review, it does help boost the show out. So if you could just go leave a review, write a good remark. Like if you go to Apple Podcasts, you can physically, I'll show you something cool. You can actually write a review for the show, and it does help boost it out there. It helps the algorithm. Um, if you go here, like on Apple Podcasts, everyone gets to leave reviews. So the more reviews we have, the better like the show gets out there. So if you guys could take a second, Spotify doesn't let you write anything; it just lets you give a rating. Um, I I don't know if you could do for each episode, but you can do for the whole show. So if you guys could just go to Apple, write out a review, what you honestly think of the show, great, bad, middle, whatever you think, give it a fair reading, and just write on that Apple Podcast app. Or if you go to Spotify, which by the way, I finally, after all these years, I deleted Pandora and got rid of my Apple Music subscription, and I've joined Spotify. You can see my playlist I got going on my Spotify page. But let me see here. So this is my Spotify, Locked In with Ian Bick. Yeah, if you could just leave that a review, it would mean a lot, and I appreciate it greatly. Thank you guys. But yeah, guys, great talking to you tonight. I got some more thing. I got to get back into the editing grind. Alan, if you just search me on YouTube, Ian Bick, you could see some interviews I've done. And we're working on a book and whatnot too. But Brian, shout out to you. But guys, literally, thank you guys all so much. For the love, the support, everything you guys do. It doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you guys for leaving those reviews. Really means a lot. And just gonna keep grinding. And I will see you guys soon. And we'll go from there. All right. Next Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. And hope everyone has a great week. Much love. And if you guys need anything, hit me on my Instagram at Ian_Bick, and I'll get back to you. Love you guys. Oh, I can't even turn this off. All right, here we go.